Once upon a time, our ancestors gazed at the stars, deeming them unreachable. But now, we embark on an adventure that was once only imaginable. Humanity was born on Earth, but it's not destined to perish here. Currently, a spacecraft powered by nuclear fusion is en route to Proxima Centauri B, a journey that challenges the limits of science and may mark the beginning of a new world and possibly a new start. This planet, only 4.25 light-years away, is known as the nearest habitable planet to Earth. The spaceship equipped with nuclear fusion engines, Helios Proxima, aims to reach it within a century. Carrying 1,800 passengers, the journey has now commenced. Launched into a high Earth orbit, the spacecraft accelerates at 1 g-force, using its nuclear fusion engines to reach a cruising speed of 4.25% the speed of light within 15 days. After this acceleration, the great turn begins. Passing Mars and heading towards the asteroid belt, the spacecraft leaves Mars's orbit in just 4 days, thanks to the nuclear fusion engines. Following a flight path 21 degrees below the plane of the solar system, as Earth and other planets orbit the Sun in almost a flat disk, whereas the Proxima Centauri B star system is located below this disk, the spacecraft thus follows a downward trajectory. 15 days after launch from Earth, the engines shut down, and the spacecraft cruises at 4.25% of the speed of light, maintaining this speed for the next 99 years. Now, the turnaround maneuver begins. Thrusters outside of Heliantis fire, and the outer ring with a diameter of 750 meters begins to rotate, creating 1 g of artificial gravity. When it reaches the same level of gravity as Earth, the habitat ring rotates 9 times per minute, and then the thrusters shut down. Thanks to the conservation of angular momentum, the habitat ring will continue to rotate for the remainder of the journey. The command deck activates the main living facilities, equipped with schools, virtual reality theaters, medical facilities, birth centers, and gardens. In the rotating habitat ring, plants are grown aeroponically without soil in vertical farms, and seed vaults based on DNA databases are present. During the journey, astronauts adjust the living modules from being pulled towards the gravity engines to being pushed outward by the rotating structure. This transforms the inner edges of the ring into the ground, and windows become part of the new floor. The habitat ring rotates around Helios's gravity-free core, which serves as a cargo storage area without gravity and houses the space shuttles for future landings on the new planet. 4 days after the Great Turn, Helios approaches the asteroid belt. Contrary to popular belief, the asteroid belt is not dense, and asteroids are not close to each other, but rather scattered. The average distance in the asteroid belt is nearly 1 million kilometers, which is more than twice the distance between Earth and the Moon. Though Heliantis travels 2 degrees below the ecliptic plane, most asteroids are positioned between 10 to 30 degrees, so the spacecraft still needs to navigate through the belt. Nevertheless, a route to avoid asteroids has been charted. Heliantis is designed to withstand all elements it may encounter, including interstellar dust and gas clouds. The outer layers of the spacecraft, eroding about 1 millimeter every 4 light-years, are equipped to melt and vaporize. Monitoring sensors and lasers detect and deflect incoming micrometeorites. As Heliantis continues its journey through the vast darkness of interstellar space, filled with dust clouds, cosmic rays, and rogue planets, it leaves Earth's solar system, passing Jupiter's orbital distance, Saturn's rings, Halley's Comet, and Pluto with the Kuiper Belt. After crossing the heliopause in just over a month, it enters interstellar space and continues towards Proxima Centauri B. The command deck announces that Helios embarked with 1,800 crew members and is expected to grow to 4,500 people over the 100-year journey. Among the 1,300 adults on board are 300 parents of the 300 children already present. It's projected that half of the children will reach adulthood in about 10 years, and every decade, approximately 30% of the adult population will transition into the elderly category. Considering an average lifespan of 80 years, the elderly will offer their wisdom and experiences as their final duty before completing their lives. As the journey continues, more details about life aboard Helios and the future of humanity in space unfold. The journey now sees the ship 0.42 light-years from Earth, roughly 4 trillion kilometers, with communication delays to Earth taking approximately 5 months for a one-way message. Time on board the spacecraft and on Earth differs slightly. 10 years on the spacecraft equates to 10 years and 3 days on Earth. This discrepancy will grow as the spacecraft continues its journey at 4.25% the speed of light. The first deaths on board occur within the first 10 years of the journey. Each deceased crew member is honored shipwide with a moment of silence and a memorial reading about Proxima Centauri B, ensuring that their contributions and memories live on with the new planet. As Helios reaches its 20th year in space, it witnesses the birth of the second generation born on the ship. With the increasing population, maintaining a balanced demographic throughout the 100-year journey and beyond is crucial. Thus, Helios has strict reproductive guidelines to ensure genetic diversity. Family size regulations aim to enable each family to contribute equally to future generations and prevent a decrease in genetic variety. The determined child limit for each couple is a minimum of 2 and a maximum of 3, ensuring sufficient population growth while preventing resource strain on the ship. Additionally, staggered reproduction plans are in place to avoid clustering in age groups among children. All these rules are meticulously followed to prevent a population collapse on the ship. Even the distribution of living spaces is closely monitored, with the command deck assigning various sections of the ship as living areas to different families, promoting a regular mix of the gene pool. During the reproductive period, couples are offered genetic counseling services. Their genomes are thoroughly analyzed for compatibility and potential risks. In case of problems, the ship's artificial womb laboratory or frozen sperm and egg samples brought from Earth can be used. These extensive measures are especially crucial in the early generations, as a population that begins with high genetic diversity is more likely to maintain this diversity throughout the journey and upon arrival. At a distance of 2.5 light-years from Earth, the communication delay for a one-way message from the ship now takes about 2.5 years. On the ship, 60 years have passed, while 60 years and 19 days have elapsed on Earth. The ship sends a message announcing its arrival at Proxima Centauri B, now officially named Elysia. This message will take 4.5 years to reach Earth, and another 4.5 years will be needed for a response, marking the start of a 9-year communication process. The first babies born on the ship, now adults, are preparing to take on young leadership roles and advanced operational duties. The first baby born on the ship was named Helios, with other popular names including Elysium, Helios, Surya, Apollo, Terra, Joro, and Centaur. Despite being so far from Earth, Earth-centric mythology still thrives in the ship's culture. People aboard the ship are discussing giving a more human or spiritual name to their new planet, Proxima Centauri B. As they celebrate the halfway point of their journey, 50 years into the trip, passengers looking out of the windows still see a distinct but faint star, their new sun, Proxima Centauri, which will grow brighter each year for the remainder of the journey. Passengers on Helios have named their star Helios, symbolizing its 65% less brightness than Earth's sun. Future generations on Proxima Centauri B, Elysia, will adapt to living in lower light levels, similar to Earth's luminosity, but with a redder hue. As Helios spacecraft approaches its final year, preparations begin to slow down for its arrival. Updated population information for the modified ship. After a long journey of 99 years and 350 days at 4.25% the speed of light, Helios is preparing to reach Elysia, formerly known as Proxima Centauri B. Throughout the journey, the ship maintained artificial gravity by continuous rotation. But 15 days before arrival, it will begin to slow its rotation using reverse thrusters, eventually halting the spin. Then, Helios will turn its engines towards Elysia and fire them, slowing down at 1G acceleration for 15 days. This deceleration maneuver is designed to place the ship into orbit around Elysia. Elysia's gravity captures Helios, settling the ship into a stable orbit around the new world. Passengers have now reached their new planet. The brighter sun of Earth is still visible from inside the ship or in orbit, but the red star Helios is invisible from Earth. A ceremony is held to pay respects to the ancestors, honoring those who embarked on the 100-year journey. During the journey, 25 passengers passed away, and 5,700 babies were born. 4 generations have lived on the ship, with 100 years passing ship time, though 100 years and 33 days have elapsed on Earth. A message announcing Helios's arrival at Elysia is sent to Earth, taking 4.5 years for one-way communication. The ship will have to wait an additional 4.5 years for a response from Earth, initiating a 9-year communication process. The first babies born on the ship, now adults, look forward to landing on Elysia and starting a new chapter in human history.